Welcome back to Vuln Vibes. Today we're doing a deep dive into something pretty serious, a situation that's unfolding right now. The potential end of U.S. government funding for the MITRE CVE program. And that deadline is actually today, April 16th, 2025.
Yeah, this is definitely causing some waves, and it's not just some minor administrative thing, right? This really hits at the core of how we all track and manage vulnerabilities.
Exactly. CVE gives us that baseline accuracy, the shared standard we need when we talk about security flaws. It's fundamental.
Absolutely fundamental. I mean, think about it. Vulnerability management systems, how we do incident response, so much of it is built on the CVE framework.
And the CVE IDs themselves, assigned by CNAs all over the world, with MIRE coordinating as the primary CNA and editor. It's the central nervous system for this stuff.
It really is. Without it, well, you just have different people calling the same vulnerability different things. It avoids that massive confusion.
It's the lingua franca, basically.
Yeah.
Allows for coordinated cataloging, makes sharing info through advisories and databases actually workable.
So the warning that came from MITRE, from their VP Yosry Barsoum to the CVE board, it laid out some pretty stark potential consequences if this funding disappears.
Right. Let's get into those. He mentioned things like the deterioration of national vulnerability databases.
Which we all rely on daily.
Yeah, and the security advisories, too. Then there's the disruption for tool vendors.
Oh, absolutely. Their products are often built directly on top of CVE data. If that data becomes unreliable or, worse, unavailable, well, the tools suffer immediately.
And what about incident response?
That's another huge one. Imagine trying to coordinate a response, trying to triage without that consistent CVE identifier for what you're dealing with. It makes things much, much harder.
Chaos, basically. And Barsoum also flagged the impact on critical infrastructure. They lean heavily on CVE for risk assessment, right?
They do. So any instability there has, potentially serious real-world security implications. This isn't just theoretical.
No, definitely not. And we're seeing other experts chime in, too, aren't we? Big concerns about just how sudden this could be.
Yeah, the worry isn't just a slow decline, it's an abrupt cutoff. Like, what happens if servers go offline? What happens to the CNA API access? We could lose that standardized tracking mechanism almost overnight.
Jean Easterly, former CISA head, she had that really powerful analogy.
The library card catalog one?
Yeah, like losing the card catalog from every library simultaneously, just leaving defenders completely scrambling.
While the attackers, they benefit from that kind of chaos. Her point about CVE being that global common language for threat intel is spot on.
Casey Ellis from BugCrowd had similar thoughts, didn't he?
He did. He basically highlighted how CVE underpins, well, pretty much everything: vulnerability management, IR, critical infra protection, and he warned that a sudden stop could easily become a national security problem.
So it's serious stuff. Now, CISA did respond, right? They gave a statement to Bleeping Computer.
Yes, they acknowledged the contract situation, the lapse, but said they're, quote, urgently working to mitigate impact and to maintain CVE services.
Okay, so they're aware. They say they're working on it. That's something.
It is, but it's still, worrying that it got to this point. And let's not forget, this is happening alongside the existing issues, like the NIST backlog in enriching CVEs for the NVD.
Right. That adds another layer of complexity. A disruption now could make that backlog even worse.
Definitely could compound the problem.
So for everyone listening, folks who work in this field day in, day out, it's clear CVE isn't just some database, it's foundational. The ripple effects, if this funding isn't secured, could be massive across the whole industry.
Absolutely. It highlights just how interconnected everything is and how much we rely on this standardization for sharing information effectively. The uncertainty itself is a problem.
Which brings us to the key question, really. For all of us and organizations that rely on this system, what are the immediate backup plans? What alternative strategies should we be thinking about, like right now, given this uncertainty around such a core piece of the puzzle? That's something we all need to seriously consider.